Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the K4 Mom Corner. This is a spill-off channel to my family vlog, the K4 Crew. Don't forget to check it out. So today we are going to talk about how we see ourselves. But before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, so how we see ourselves shows up in many different ways. But what I've learned through my 40 plus years is that the way that I saw myself through the years was primarily based on how people saw me. And then I internalized how people saw me. So, true story. So, I think it was about grade 7 or 8. And back in those days, and maybe we still do, my kids aren't in grade 7 or 8 yet, so I'm not sure if speech arts still happens, but it was speech arts. And we each had to write a speech and recite it in front of our classmates. So I wrote a great speech, at least I thought I did. And then when it came time for when the teacher called upon me to go to the front of the class to recite my speech in front of my peers, well, this is what happened. So there was a bunch of boys in my class who used to taunt me, and they used to call me sausage lips. Sausage lips. Now, just to give a little bit more context here, and I know I'm jumping around a bit, but just to give a bit of context, I went to predominantly white school. And so I was one of the very few Black or racialized individuals or students in my school. So over time, people began to sort of pick at the attributes that I had that looked different from my peers. One of the attributes that the boys in my class used to name of me were my lips. These lips. And they thought that these lips were much bigger than the average. And you know what? They are. My lips are big, okay? My lips were, in comparison to many of the white people in my class, were just bigger than theirs. But it wasn't just that they saw that my lips were big, they now had to go and ridicule my lips. And I became no longer me, but sausage lips. So fast forward. I'm walking up to say my speech in front of the class, and all I hear as I'm walking up is sausage, sausage, sausage lips, sausage. I got to the front of the class and I froze. I could not say a word. I froze. I was so afraid and ashamed of myself, ashamed of what I looked like, how I presented. I began to speak and I was like, "Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna talk about," and all I felt was my lips, quivering. And then my voice started to, I was losing my mind. I'm like, I can't do this. I just want to sit down. So I bolted out of the classroom and that's a wrap. I was hoping my mom was going to be out there to just, coddle me and be like, "It's okay, baby," but she wasn't there. So I was so ashamed and I did not want to go back into that classroom. But what I'm trying to tell you is this. I then struggled with my physical appearance, especially my face, for years on end. For years. All the way up until my 20s, mid-20s. I hated my lips. I never wanted to smile. I never really wore lipstick because if I wore lipstick, it would pronounce how big my lips were. And so I internalized that I did not present what beauty looked like or the perceived standard of beauty looked like. And that just hurt me to the core. But I don't know what happened. Everyone wants to ask me, "So Kizzy, when did you realize that didn't matter?" I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I knew exactly when I no longer was affected by that past experience of being name called for a physical attribute. But what I can tell you now, in all confidence, I don't give a frig, okay? I am now happy in the skin I'm in, okay? I have big round cheeks. I have big up lips. Some people say I have slanted eyes. Listen, I have all kind of things going on, but I love who I am. Because whatever society, whatever the people out there are telling us, don't fall into the hype. Love yourself. God gave you this. God created you in his image. And that is what? Beauty in and of itself. You're created in God's image, then you better know that that's beauty. So own your beauty. Own your lips. Own your cheeks. Own your cheekbones. Own your stomach bulge, whatever it is. Own it because it's you. And you show up with beauty every single day. There is no one standard of what beauty looks like. So you need to own that and just walk good. Because I no longer cower. I walk strong. I walk strong. And I hope that you do too.